I don't remember anymore. Yeah, back that Ezreal was stiff. Oof.
You need to go for Korean bootcamp again.
100%. Alright, how does the draw work now? Do they draw 4 teams and then...
I guess first they draw the 1-0 teams. So it's G2.
Okay, so the next team, is that the opponent? Oh yeah, it is facing against, okay. Come on, FlyQuest. Come on, FlyQuest.
No, it's blue. Okay, we take it.
Wait, they play each other, no?
Yes,
Yeah.
G2 versus Hamalai.
They can. Holy shit.
They are hooked.
Yeah,
That one's tough.
let's see.
Let's see what the other matchup is. D+.
I have a feeling
Well,
FlyQuest gets D+.
Get Billy. Send Billy to murder them. It's okay. Please, Billy.
Oh, it's all blue.
Oh! FlyQuest is so fucking lucky, bro. Damn.
Pretty good for them.
Nay is always lucky, bro.
They are so fucking lucky.
Energy last year, holy shit.
And Damon is also giga lucky. Both of them are lucky. I swear, if they drop Billy now, oh,
They will.
that would be such a tilter, bro.
I mean, it's gonna doom the 1-1 team after, no?
No.
So what teams are in?
Please, no
LNG,
Billy.
Weibo, and...
Yes. Oh, nice.
It's cool matchups though, it's pretty nice.
That one's
Wait,
hype,
so
yeah?
Weibo...
JNG vs Top Esports rematch.
But Weibo plays versus Billy now, no?
It's LNG, yeah.
Oh,
LNG
LNG.
versus Billy.
Holy shit, I'm dizzy with the Chinese teams today.
Woo! I just need Billy and Genji to dodge each other so they are on the other side of the bracket.
For your pick'ems?
No, just for life. That ball is empty. What the fuck?
EU production ran out of paper. We're cooked.
There's nothing in the bowl.
Yamato
Wait, by the way, that's kind of fucked up if it was empty. Because what if they drew it before? Then what would have happened?
Oh my god. It's true. It's rigged. It's obvious. Oh, please redraw. They have to redraw it now. Wait, they just go with it?
What the fuck?
She's Houdini actually. She made the
What?
paper disappear. Yeah, dude, imagine G2 drew no one. Or
Yeah.
FlyQuest drew no one.
There was absolutely nobody.
They just don't play against anyone in 2-0 instantly.
Yo, Vulcanov, thank you very much for the tier 3 sub, bro. Bro, that's crazy that it's empty. That was like extremely lucky.
Yeah, that they drew it last. This fixes it basically. Yeah, it's crazy.
Alright, Gum.
Hey, let's go. Fnatic.
Fnatic.
Or Mert.
Team Liquid. Rematch. Oh no.
Oh, we need EU.
Oh, this is really bad, by the way. It's empty.
She doesn't look happy, yeah.
Shit.
Fuck, we ran out of paper.
The balls are empty.
The sack down. Empty
Holy
balls.
shit, it's empty.
That is really fucked, bro.
Oh my
she
god,
looked like she
man.
was about to strangulate somebody. Shit.
Wait, so but where did the paper go?
I don't know, bro. Like, man, someone's like wiping their ass with it. Like, there's no rolls left.
Bro,
Fuck.
it's so fucking rigged.
It's literally rigged.
Holy shit, bro. This is really bad.
Okay,
Should ask Goldberg, he will for sure tell us who did it.
We'll just go over it anyways.
Yeah,
just
the
to
first
talk
one
about it.
stands, unfortunately.
So what I wrote down is G2 versus HLE. You can
But they have to do the whole redraw, no, of the other side too.
Yeah, I don't know. The empty ball is kind of nuts.
Just redo everything.
Played Yone today.
Beast?
Very
Oh,
good.
true, the Yone
Oh my god,
matchup.
second plays Caps is insane. Caps Yone was also very
Oh my days.
Yeah, no, I think we can take a game off anyone, especially
Yamato, since they're posting Butch Twitter,
Matchup, actually.
Dom is saying that you are currently thinking of rebranding from the Sackdown to Yamato Airy, not Sackdown.
What? To what?
No, because that it was really cool for my show with Yamato to get recognized on the world broadcast. Thank you, means a lot for the shoutouts. OG League Bets, why won't you name your show in the tweet? Yeah, we are currently thinking of rebranding the Suckdown to Yamato Airy, not Suckdown.
What the fuck?
Please stay with us while we try to figure out the best direction to take our show.
The branding genius, Tom.
Branding genius, actually.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Tom is just the Kanye of League of Legends.
And by saying bless you, I mean that you are bothering me. Stop bothering me. I don't want to say bless you. Wait, who said this? Do you remember? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Was it Cabo? Jack Troll? Attila? Who the fuck was it?
I don't remember anything like this.
You don't remember? Like
No.
other society on 19, someone was saying bless you all the time, and then someone said, bro, like, can you... no, you said yourself, can you stop saying bless you? It means that I'm bothering you.
What? I like hearing bless you.
Even more Yamato stories coming
What
out.
do you
First the
mean?
shades
I
thing.
like hearing
Now the
bless
bless you situation.
I
I
remember.
remember too, actually.
nah.
I
No, but you
remember
were
it.
memeing about it. You were memeing about it, but you said it. It was you.
No, I remember too, Yamato.
What do you mean you remember?
Wait,
too?
let's go after. Let's go.
What? Let's go. He was there. Hey, no way, man.
After I witnessed it.
I really enjoy bless you. I'm a bless you type of person. I'm a bless you person.
Actually, to ever experience something else about you, I've been there, Yamato. Okay, I am a witness.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
Anything you want to say to you, I will confirm.
Nice. I'm just being exhorted.
It's like one time where he pushed the old lady onto the street. It was crazy.
Okay, maybe that one I don't. I'm not
You weren't
remember.
there? Okay.
Anything but not cancel him. That's what we agreed on.
Okay. I didn't know our agreement. I thought you were down. Down to clown.
Right. I love seeing community posts on casuals like the rats. This is a post
What
from
post?
someone that is completely serious. T1 not really looking good at the moment. Is there any chance for them to even win a game at Worlds? Did they travel this far to go 0-3 and then straight into vacation?
I think so, yeah. Do some good analysis.
I don't know, like, it was just...
Are you Canadian or are you American?
I am Canadian.
Yeah, okay.
What part Canada? Toronto. Okay, I'm
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
That is the draw ready.
Alright, is the draw ready, really?
It's perfect.
Do we print
Oh,
out
I
thought
pins?
Over and
They, imagine they just write it with a Sharpie now on like paper.
Oh my
They ran
god.
out of print.
They
I mean, it
like,
will be
do a
actually-
CGI
it's not
animation and like shows a logo coming out of it.
now League of
They're gonna put the video, you know, with every team.
and we're gonna reset completely for the lower brackets and the O1 teams.
Okay,
Sorry about that. Malu, if you would please draw the first team.
let's see it.
Alright. Surrender.
Oh, okay, they put the blue ones.
Okay, they had something in it. Wait,
Nice.
so it doesn't start from the beginning?
Yeah, they started over.
And they will be
Okay,
playing
T1.
against-
So let's hope no Matt or
Who's gonna
Fnatic.
be the unlucky one?
They redid everything.
0-2.
Fnatic! Oh,
Oh, Pain
Oh,
Gaming.
playing game.
oh pain.
Dodge the bullet. Pain.
Pain.
For the second matchup, the first team is
Kinda cool
Pain.
for the two players though, Wizard Korea to play against T1.
Who's the other Asian teams now? It's Weibo?
Weibo, yeah.
Right?
SG Talent.
Just Weibo.
Yeah,
Please,
so-
no Weibo. Please. No Weibo,
And they
do
will
some
be
banger
facing
matchups actually.
against-
Fnatic TL would be kinda hype too.
Yes, sir.
It's a fair shot for both teams.
Oh.
Mad Lions Koi.
Okay,
But
the
Fnatic could
rematch.
play against Fnatic could
Yeah.
play against
Now,
Matt.
for the
This
third
is how it
matchup,
works.
The first team is
Yeah, you can play against anybody.
Weibo,
now it doesn't matter.
Liquid,
Okay.
Weibo, Liquid,
Gum.
Fnatic, who?
Gum.
Gum? Okay.
Weibo.
Oh.
I think Fnatic is getting fisted, no? I have a feeling they're gonna get murdered.
I mean,
There's no
anyone
team
knows.
left, no?
It's Fnatic.
Liquid
Oh.
Fnatic Gam. Liquid Fnatic Gam.
No, Team Liquid.
Alright, Team Liquid got Bobbish murdered.
Shiver.
And now for the next matchup.
Wait, so what are the two teams left? Fnatic and?
Fnatic and Gum. What a
Oh.
difference in matchup.
Gum, the Great Western Hope.
Fnatic.
Woo!
Oh, Fnatic and Gam is a historical matchup, no?
And they're
Yeah, it's a rematch.
Historical matchup.
Yeah, the Nocturne
Wait.
lane swap game.
Wait, didn't Gam do an interview about I wanna really face
Gam
Fnatic?
Esports.
I don't remember.
Like-
I'm not sure if they
These are the
say stuff
matchups
like
for
that.
round 2 of the World's 2024 Swiss stage. We will
Alright,
return
well,
tomorrow
honestly,
at
I am very happy
at
with the upper
2
bracket
p.m.
considering the
CEST.
options.
Remember that league officials will confirm the
Yeah.
order of the matches tonight. What you see here is
I mean,
not the
we
final
got
schedule,
EU
so
got
be
pretty
sure
lucky,
to
no?
follow us on
Oh wait, who did
logsport.com
Matt get? Did they get
for more
Weibo?
info on the schedule.
Matt got
That's all for us
PSG.
here. Have a good night and
Oh,
see you tomorrow.
so it's not so bad. I think Shizuka, some team said something like that. They couldn't sleep after they lost to Fnatic and they want to get revenge. But I think it was the second seed from the region. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
like last week after playing. So someone
Yeah, I saw
wrote-
something like that too.
I saw
Yeah.
something, but I didn't read the interview. Yeah, and I saw the quote.
Alright, honestly, I
Easy
think...
though, maybe.
Wait,
Gam is
what?
top.
What are the matchups now?
So we got
let's do
GT versus
predictions.
How Alive, DK versus
Okay.
Fly, Genji versus Top Esports, Bilibili LNG. And all those matches are so one-sided, no? G2 win, DK win, Genji win.
Then
Billy
Pass
Billy
could
win.
be close
Yeah,
if they
Gen
show
Test is
up.
kind of hype, yeah.
Yeah,
private.
the LNG is fucked. Yeah.
I think How Alive is too good. All right, like in general, let's think about, like, let's just talk about our thoughts. Sorry guys, I'm fucking 9 hours into the stream, but it was super cool and super fun. DPM, Pick'ems. In terms of, I guess the main updates, the main changes, I think that nothing really stood out today. Like we had quite a long game here at 45-13, but a lot of fucking, like the amount of Infernal Souls today was crazy. Like insane amount of Infernal Souls. Absolutely nuts. Champion most deaths, I think Rel is already running away with it. Like my Leona pick is this champion is popping off too hard, bro. This champion is too good. The most picked Cassandra seems to be falling off a cliff. Like it's not looking good for me, guys. It's not looking good. But nevertheless, looking at the things that we can kind of decipher from today, like we had some Vi prio come through with the Vi Auri, but I think that's very Bilibili specific. Bilibili targeted like the lane swap champions. Aurora very high prior today. Ziggs high prior today. Ziggs banned here for T1 2 and then Yon out because of course it's Cream. I think when you have certain type of mid laners, right? The melee mid laners, Zeka, Chovy, Cream. I think those are the players you don't want to invite Yon meta against. So we're going to see a lot of Yon bans against those players in particular. There was also like this variant here that G2 ran where they banned Akali to then pick Yon, which is also a variant that you can run with. Dinkedo likes to play the melee champ, so this is definitely something that you can run with. Just set it up for success, and then if the enemy bans it here on 3, you can first pick Aurora and you can play it like that. This is something that could be done. Genji in particular, Weibo Gaming just slammed the Yon ban, and then they just picked Smolder. Smolder is something that I talked about that I don't think that the changes were significant enough. I think that Smolder is something that can be played. It's something also that we spotted that the other mid laners, of course, played in solo. We saw Cream spam it and so forth. So Smolder is something that we will still see. It's not as strong as before, and there's definitely answers into it, but I do think that when you're needing 80 damage, it can be very good. So we're thinking about Rumble, we're thinking about Ziggs, we're thinking about AP jungles. Smolder mid as an AD can definitely like work out fine. Depends, of course, on who you are as a player. And Chovy is the Farmmeister. He went even in lane against Lucian, which is like a very big win. But in a lot of cases, Smolder should be falling down. But I think Smolder against Yon that we saw in this game is also something that is very, very passable too. What else do we see in terms of trends? As a Vi again, I really like the Ivan answer. I think that the Ivan answer into Vi is super, super good. This is something we want to see more of. They just went Ivan Leona, the 1, 2, 3. I love that shit. I think Ivan into Vi is super good. I feel like right now, there's a lot of answers into everything in terms of the first pick. I think it just depends on what you want to set up. Like Skana first pick, Yon first pick, Vi first pick, and maybe even like Ziggs first pick is something that is entirely plausible. I think that the directions you can head in is super, super good, you know? I think some teams can play Rumble. I think Jhin is standing out as a very, very strong AD. I think in a world where nobody's playing K'Sante, like we didn't have a single K'Sante game today, the only tank we saw was the Scion here on 5 by FlyQuest. I think that Jhin is looking super powerful. Strong lane, good in any economy, like good with low gold, good with high gold. Jhin is looking marvelous. That is super, super nice. Midwin picked it. Oh, that's true. Midwin picked it. That's fair. Yeah, long day, first day, game of the day. I think picking K'Sante and Tunara is completely trolled. So, in general, you know, like I think here probably you want to pick something like Camille or something else, you know, like K'Sante was picked for lane swap purposes. Another third topic that we can talk about in the grand scheme of things, we can see that everything is very objective heavy because lane swapping is alive and well. Lane swapping is alive and well. And with that being said, when lane swapping is alive and well, it means that it's not super kill heavy, because pursuing lane leads can be hard because you need to pay attention to the momentum of all lanes. Because bot lane momentum can carry over in your lane, and if you over push aggressively, or if you try to not base, or you don't base, or you don't play for push, then you can solo lose the game pretty much. So everyone's only focused on wave states and conditions, so it's less focused on heavy trading. So we have like basically a pattern where we saw 7 out of 8 lane swap scenarios. Some people ask me in chat, why are lane swaps happening? Basically they're happening because people want to skip the first 3 minutes of the game. And the evolution in lane swaps now is that basically support and top share XP, because the amount of XP that you get is just extremely high from, of course, you know, sharing XP. This was a change that Riot did in order to incentivize support to be bot. But in reality, what has happened is that it has incentivized support and top lane to just take XP from AD carry on top to get level 2, to then cross it to bottom side, and then usually there's some kind of a defense, right? It's like, it's a very crucial detail that if you are support and mid on the mid wave and you get prio, then you can use TP of mid also to go and defend bot and double TP with support crossing, because you can track the enemy jungle quite easily. If the enemy jungle is very, let's say, you know, fearless in the way he takes his camps, supports can even fuck them up on camps, like Alvaro did in that game against, of course, I believe it was what was it? The team that they played against in the first round? Viking Esports. Viking Esports. But okay. Let's talk about some of the matches. I think that the Bilibili Mad Lions, I think that game was pretty straightforward. I don't think there was anything exciting. I think it was very obvious that Bilibili were better macro-wise. I guess there was one sequence that we can show that was an educational one. MDK versus Bilibili. I will just show it for education purpose. There was a sequence here where basically Mad Lions got completely annihilated. There was this moment where they are chasing onto Gnar. So here in this spot, you can see the overcommitment on Bin. He's standing in the lane and they are looking to kill him, but he has information to do so. The reaction instantly is for Ahri to push top and then to summon Rift Herald to, of course, defend this imbalance with 3 people showing bot. Bin is then buying as much time as possible, kiting away, and he's kiting away. Here the key detail is that right now Mad Lions is spending tempo to kill Bin. When you spend tempo, you need to, of course, go and defend and then recover. In this moment, Frescawi is going down on the bottom wave, which is a very, very bad play because red side need to be the ones defending. They need to recover mid, and they need to push out, and someone needs to base and cover top. But in that vein, right, Frescawi can't go on this bot wave because the moment Tristana shows on mid and K'Sante is basing, spotted by his team, they're gonna snap TP and kill Frescawi, which meant that even though they killed Ben and invested in that, they still lose Drake 3. The small, very, very fundamental detail there is Bilibili realized that they can mismatch better in a moment where they have Herald and been goodbye a lot of time. The next game that we can take a look at is Top Esports versus T1, which was a very competitive game. People are going to ask me, as like, Yamato, what is your opinion about the T1 level? I think that in regards to the draft, I do think that the Top Esports draft is a lot stronger. I think that this AD carry here is kind of out of place in what you can do. I think it's very hard for Ashe to dynamically connect in these fights. And I think that Skarner getting it 4-5 is very powerful. And additionally, I think that Aurora first pick with Skarner on same side, Renekton into a draft that is very, you know, like this draft doesn't have a lot of damage, so Renekton gets a lot of value. I do think that T1, they had a beautiful lane swap, right? I think that it's very, very bad from 369 to actually die here, because of course, you know, I think this was really, really bad. Like he showed, and he showed that he has Q start, and then he just walks in here again, even though I had full information. It was really, really bad from 369. I think there was the most important moments of the game, I think, was just the fight around the blue, because I think T1's conditions were very solid this game. Like they did a great job of getting an advantage. I think fair play to them. The Herald was also very crucial to break the mid turret. Let me find that fight. I think it happened a little bit way back before, I think right here. This was the fight. So as an initiation, I do think T1's initiation here was quite poor, because it didn't really connect with anybody. Here, if you take a look at the position of Gumayushi, it's very hard for him to cross into here. On Mountain Soul map, it's very hard for him to cross through, and whoever is going to go through this choke is going to be at a disadvantage. Here in this moment, I just want to highlight, like, Static Shiv does a crazy amount of damage. They have the clone and the zap, and then everybody got fucking zapped here in a crazy, crazy way. It's like, the clones when they die, use Static Shiv zap, and additionally they spawn traps, because Jhin, when he kills somebody, spawns a trap. It was the craziest fucking combo ever. Like, it was just fucking cinema. It is really, really crazy how much damage just fucking comes through here. Nevertheless, I think Static Shiv or no, I can't really tell. It looks like it's just like, if we look at it frame for frame, that's one zap, two zap. I don't know if the clones were relevant in it, actually. I don't know if the clones were relevant in it, because here, there is one clone here, and then clone is here. The clone thing has nothing to do with it, actually. The clones have nothing to do with it. Like, you see one clone there, so it has nothing to do with it. Skarner presses the ultimate, and I think it's just, in general, just not a good fight here. So here in this moment, Tian presses ult, gets it on 3, and the zap does a lot of damage with the Jhin passive as well of the E to find the lethal, and then of course beautiful Jhin gets a quarter kill. So now the whole game becomes, can T1 actually kill JackeyLove as the fight commences, which should be possible with a flash of Wukong, right? And it just depends how Tian, Cream, and 369 start the fight, because they want to, of course, just fight against the Wukong before he latches on to Jhin. There was a crucial fight at around Drake 3 here in this moment. The big mistake is just that 369 is just not tethering to his teammates. I don't know why 369 is taking so much time to actually show up here, and then JackeyLove stepping into river. Here in this moment, if you take a look at this situation, JackeyLove should just play on ramp. Look at the difference here the top esports actually downloaded between this situation and then, of course, the next fight that occurs that is going to end the game. Just look at the detail. JackeyLove is going to play on ramp, and then 369 with the Renekton is going to be with his team. If there's a neutral wave on bot and they are on Drake, this situation with Jax doesn't matter. He's not going to push and race against them. They're going to kill Drake on time, and they'll be able to react with ease, no problem. Here you can see JackeyLove is stepping into river, which means that owner can flash over and break his neck. I really like what Faker did here, is that he turned into Wu and sent in himself, and then Faker, good reaction, they comboed, and then of course if JackeyLove dies like this, there's no fight to be had. We continue onwards till the final situation. Here you can see top esports improvements. Suddenly here, Renekton leaves the neutral wave on bot, and he groups up with his team. And then JackeyLove's, in JackeyLove's interest as well, he's not putting himself in river where he is, of course, you know, there's the capacity for the enemy to attack him from so many angles. They take control over the Dick Bush, and then 369 and Tian and Mako and Cream push forward, so the enemy needs to react to the provocation of them stepping forward, you know? So here JackeyLove is playing on ramp, and he has this pink ward here, so you know that Jax is not undermining them. So this is beautiful, right? Very, very well done by Top Esports. And then T1, I think that Gumayushi needed to just walk away earlier. Zeus needed to walk away earlier. And then maybe there could be a fight here. But the fact is, Jakilov's position is so beautiful here. Zeus undermining so late. And here in this moment, the clone is too late too. Double tenacity, they're Eing out, and here they're trying to fight. Ona doesn't get anything. Funny fact here is that Jakilov actually never flashed in this game. He just never flashed ever in this game, which is kind of fucking funny. I think there was one moment which was completely crazy. I'm gonna find the Nick ult where Jakilov has the biggest balls ever. Let me find it. Was it here? Might have been here. I don't think it was here. There was a Nick ult that was done onto Jakilov and he just walked it off. I just want to find that one. Let me find it. It was so funny to me. Not this. Fuck me, where is it? I think it's coming up here. Fuck, where is it? I can't find it. I can't find it, guys. I cannot find it. This was this. This is just a mystery ult that never happened. This was this fight. Had nothing to do with it. This as well. Maybe right after this. This situation, it's worth it. Look at this. Bro, Jakilov has the biggest fucking testicles ever. Look at this. Vegas walking and he just autos with fleet and walks it off. I don't think this is so mental. I don't know. This is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Let's do an instant replay on that bad boy. A fucking Ash is walking towards you here, and then he just fucking walks it off. Okay, Jakilov, beautiful. What else can we check out? Genji versus Weibo Gaming was a banger in terms of the length. I think that just the key thing for Genji is that they took two fights that I didn't really like, and I think that at some point they kind of just locked in, and eventually Smolder got to rapid fire cannon, and I think that their draft, I have to say, I really hate Jinx as a champion. I really hate Jinx as a champion, and I think this game was a really good showcase of why it sucks. I think that in terms of scaling, it's not rewarding enough. Like the enemy team had Rando and Zoman, right? Sure, they are full AD, and that's a problem with it too. But Jinx as a champion is just not equipped to deal with modern League of Legends champs. There is, like here in this game, like in a lot of fights, she just fucking died before anything fucking happened. There was Rumble was flying, there was fucking Smolder range. I like when she had Gale Force, she could deal with all of her issues, and when she could play with Enchanters, it's a different game too. But in this current state of the game, I don't feel like she's rewarding enough to pick in a lot of cases. Sure, in this case they have Ivan, and you can argue that maybe if they have an AP mid, the enemy can just stack Rando and Zoman for free. But I like, this is something that I have thought about Jinx for quite some time. It's also, if you think about the rest of the meta, in this game they're playing Poppy Jinx and Kalista Renata, they have to swap away. I like the pairing of Smolder together with very strong side lanes, whether it's Rumble, Kalista Renata, is something that can support Maokai and Smolder for them to actually scale into the game. So I think this is very clever drafting here from Genji, in my opinion. I didn't like Weibo Gaming going Poppy Jax here 1-2, because you're playing Poppy Jax against this 1-2-3, I think you're really, really in trouble. I think that Keen on Rumble, I have to say, Keen is probably the best Rumble. Zika had a beautiful game today as well, but I do have to say that this man's Rumble is fucking crazy. I think this is something that people need to pay attention to, but it's hard to ban out Genji. So it's cool that they are, you know, there and capable of having many tools. So I think it's cool. I think that Jinx, Poppy, you know, I think is pretty fake bot lane. But I think that the main thing to highlight here is that Weibo Gaming actually looked good. Weibo Gaming actually looked good. They had good setups, and there were times where they're competitive with Genji, but Genji at some point just kind of cracked the code of the game because it was a 45-minute game, and Genji managed to slow down, and they managed to set the right pace in the game. But there were moments where Xiaohu was kind of posturing better, and I think Weibo is the team that you want to fucking dodge, right, in the second part of the bracket. I think another cool thing that we can highlight, I guess, is the Team Liquid LNG game. As a breakdown, Team Liquid versus LNG. I think that LNG showcased. I think if you think about the breakdowns that I had about teams, I think that they have been very on point, very on point in my opinion. I think that Flagged420 says, I feel vindicated for choosing LNG to go out instead of Weibo. What do you think? I think that Weibo is way better than LNG. I think LNG was not good today. I think that feeling vindication based off of BO1 is a little bit too soon, because you are comparing an LNG victory against Team Liquid with a Weibo Gaming playing a very competitive game against Genji, you know? So, in terms of my read about the teams, I think that Top Esports T1, I think the T1 need to wrinkle out some draft issues, right? Some draft issues need to be wrinkled out for sure. I think that Keria looked pretty damn good on Rakan. I think that's a big plus. I think the T1 scaling and then Top Esports having a better read in the beginning was fucking spot on. I think that my Weibo read also pretty fucking spot on. And then I think that the read about Fnatic Damwon, like, I don't want to go into this game too much. Maybe we can after the TO. Let's just go into the Fnatic DK after the TLLNG game. TLLNG, Team Liquid was playing better macro-wise. They were getting the better swaps. Enemy topside is Tristana, Sejuani, and Rumble, and they're losing all grubs. I think that Team Liquid carried momentum super well, better understanding of the swap. They were in very good conditions in this game. They managed to secure the first 2 Drakes. They managed to secure grubs when the enemy has Tristana. They found a gank on mid. They had a very good game. I made a tweet that if League of Legends is chess boxing, right? Let's say League of Legends is chess boxing, because in theory it is. Let's say it's 5 minutes of strategic thinking, and then that strategic thinking is basically the preparation for the fight that will eventually decide the game. And when it came to the chess portions, they were out-macroing them. They managed to secure the objectives. They were quicker on the map with Umti and KoJJ. They had better vision control. It was just their fight selection that was god-awful. Here, Tristana is on both, so they want to just pressure. But in reality here, Team Liquid should just take this tier 1 top. This is really bad from Team Liquid to look for this fight, but they just want to punish Tristana going bot. So this type of forcing is god-awful. Right now, they should be so happy that Jax is just hitting tier 1 top. They already are carrying so much momentum, and it's so good. The preparation, the map setup is gorgeous, but why are they just forcing here when it's not necessary? It's really bad. Here, Kaiser can push mid for free. The enemy is pushing defensively, and they walk in, and then Jax has to TP this short distance. Really bad. Really bad. APA gets nothing with his flash as well, and they managed to lose this 4v5 when Tristana is bot pushing. Good play from LG to just play defensively, but here they would just lose T1, and the setup was better for Team Liquid. Let's continue onwards. Later on, I think it was this Drake situation. This was just the biggest tragedy of them all. Like APA, I watched him in Champions Queue. He was playing really well. Like this was an opportunity to just win the whole game. But APA did a horrible mechanical mistake. It's just that he ulted so soon, and then he went to the stick side of the wall where he can't flash. Like he just there's no, like this wall, he can't just flash here. He needs to just hold this for a little bit longer. And then I think that Yeon should just hit here until APA snaps, but he's expecting, like I'm pretty sure APA is saying go. Like he's calling that this fight is happening. I can't blame Yeon for this. I think he's thinking that his fucking Nico is going to snap here. But this is horrible, you know? This is horrible. Here, how they should play is APA should hold his spells. I don't like that he's going into that bush in the first place, but he's waiting for this guy to exit. And now he enters as a minion, and I think here in this spot, all they need to do is just keep hitting here until they need to snap. APA can just hold spells and it's no problem. They are hitting the front line, and these guys are going to get zoned over the fact that Nico still has abilities. But the moment they use spells, it's a free game for Scoot to play, you know? Later down the line, we had this situation here with Zika. I mentioned Zika's Rumble. This was fucking crazy. Like, look at Zika, how much fucking damage he did on the Rumble. At this point, Rumble as a champion is not nerfed. His early game is just nerfed. At this point, Rumble is still fucking Rumble. And he fucking completely barbecue cooked them. That was the Q and the overheat. Like the amount of damage it did here at borders fucking 3,000, 4,000. And this was super, super nice. And Team Liquid, once again, they just broke their hands, kind of. The fact that they couldn't find lethal on Zika and Zika getting the nice Rumble loot was very disappointing. Get this final fight here. Not sure what Umti is doing. Here, he's just desync completely. He's just face checking into here when his Nico's on the top wave. Really, really bad. I hate it, you know? I really, really hate it. Like, Nico's on the top wave. They're trading top wave for mid wave. They should just stand here and contest while Kaiser takes this wave. Very, very defensive. She can always connect with her ult and has no problem connecting with the fight. There's no reason to do this. Horrible mistake from Umti, and now the game, of course, is lost, right? It's just lost. So I repeat, like the way Team Liquid fought was atrocious, really, really bad. This was also off of the back of them getting a very, very nice Nash kill after this window here. I think this minion just spotted the Sejuani cross, and I think one ward spotted Rel on the wrong side too. Look at the Sejuani and Rel doing crab together. They reacted so slowly to this. This was, you know, once again, Team Liquid better macro in the game, but just broke their hands completely in the fight. And that was my concern about APA, right? It's like APA showed good performances on certain champions in Kokichistana meta, and that was the meta for a large part of the year. How is he going to transfer? But I have to say, CQ, he looked really good on Nico, so I think this is looks like stage nerves in terms of the execution for both Umti and APA, because I think the rest of the game looked fine. All right. Final game to look at, I think that was of any interest. It was just Fnatic DK game. Fnatic DK game, I think, was entirely winnable. For the Fnatic fans, I have to say that June and Noah had really fucking good games today. I think they fucking did a good job, really, really good job. And I think that the main thing that was weird for me is that this didn't look like a Fnatic draft to me. I have watched both of these teams the entire year, and this looks really like a Damwon draft. They have Gnar top, Ezreal for aiming, and then they get LeBlanc in the 4-5. They get LeBlanc in the 4-5. I think this was extremely disrespectful. I really, really don't like that. I think that's a really, really, I don't know. This is the ban every time. I think this is just pure disrespect. I don't know. LeBlanc is better now than she was before, and he was playing this matchup before when it was worse. And I think that LeBlanc is just a very solid pick here. Like against this top side, it's a very, very solid pick. And I don't want to be like a draft Andy, right? But I just don't think it's the way to play. Zyra is an answer into Skarner. People like to play Brandon Zyra against Skarner, which is fair, you know. It is what it is. I think that's okay. This just didn't look to me as a Fnatic draft. I was surprised that the own first pick was the angle that they went for, you know. And it is what it is. I think draft-wise still, Fnatic can win this game. I think without nameplates. I don't have nameplates. I think the blue side draft is really fucking good. Just for me, like when I think about these two teams, I do think that Damwon has more of a Damwon draft. And Fnatic don't have much of a Fnatic draft. Right? Like being in a position where you pick Renekton into Gnar, I think this, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. It doesn't like excite me. European Renekton really doesn't excite me. Nevertheless, I think this game, beyond the draft, I think still this was very winnable for Fnatic. I think really, really shout out to Noah and June, because I think the bot lane gap was really big. Bot lane gap was really, really big. I think a big problem was just like aiming was getting caught in the engages. I didn't feel the presence of aiming at all. I think that macro-wise, Fnatic did some good things where they pressured bot and they managed to kill Kingen. I really like the fact that fucking June had the balls to fucking send shit like this. Like look, who is this player, bro? Who is this? Who is this, bro? He has no scanner information, not showing on bot. Like going for this type of play. I don't think it's a great play. But the fact that he's going for this play, it's kind of based. I don't know. I like this version of Noah. I think it's fucking cool. It's fucking psychotic. It's psychotic. But because that could easily go wrong, you know. We continue. This was also a pretty solid sequence, I think, in terms of like the map splits and using the grubs. I think this is what kept Fnatic in the game. I think that when DK should have matched, they mismatched, and I think Fnatic macro-wise was just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. Let's take a look later. I think the crucial moment for Humanoid, which I think was opportunities for Fnatic to really gain a lead, was simply... Here as well, I was so surprised, bro. That one is hitting Nash, right? That one started hitting Nash here, and it's so fucking free, and they just stopped. They just stopped, man. I don't know why they stopped. They have full vision on the perimeter. Nobody's entering. Like, they can really get something going here. 3-item Ezreal. I'm like looking at this. I'm like, damn, what a good Nash call. Look, they have vision. They have ward on mid-wave. They see 3 people right now. I don't know why they are leaving. They are leaving. I don't know. Look, they see 3 people right here. And then I'm like, holy shit, the Nash is gone. And then the fog of war is gone and they stopped. I'm in shock. I'm in shock, bro. I am in absolute, utter shock. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, guys. I really couldn't believe it. Let's continue. Yeah, I just like how June snaps, you know. June is like a red snapper, like one of those fishes, like a fucking turtle, bro. He finds the engage, he goes on the Braum, they don't hesitate, and then the follow-up, Yonult, clips aiming as well. Aiming used flash, like look at aiming's flash. Look at aiming's flash. What is that? What is aiming doing? Aiming, I rated you high, son, and you're playing Ezreal. It's crazy that aiming fucking won this game, bro. Crazy. And then here, one of the first, like here, the humanoid just, you know, after he eased back. I don't know why why is he contesting? Why is he contesting this? Marek Brazdalini, where is he going, bro? He's fucking surfing, bro. What is that, man? What the hell? What the hell, man? This could have been just clean, free Nash, European made. Oh, yo. And this gets so fucking spicy. Noah plays this beautifully again. Chain doesn't land, but Kingen is looking to get his mega. And then, of course, Razork is looking for the smite, gets the smite. And then Kingen here, the fact that he starts with E, CCs himself. Like, I think he just needs to auto one more time into R because he's practically in range already. And then Noah finds the pocket to play in. It's well done by Noah. But this could have been free Nash, 5 people alive. That's really not good from Marek Brazdalini. Here, Marek Brazdalini as well, he's pushing bot deep. And he has full vision right now. But now he's going for one more wave. I don't know why he's going for one more wave. He's going for one more wave when he really shouldn't. Like here, he already pushed deep enough. And he can just hide in Fog of War until he sees people. But he just gets snapped on, crab, and then Skarner move speed. He just gets caught here. And then all of a sudden, the Nash completely is out of the picture. Now, due to this death, I think the DK is just first on the spot. And a very big problem for blue side is, of course, whenever they face checking, they play against a fucking Ezreal and LB that is so strong. The health they need to pay to even look at the enemy is crazy. I think it's just a question of Showmaker. If he lands Q, E chain, I think that he can just drop people's HP like this. Like Showmaker has such an easy time fucking marinating them. There's nothing that really pressures Showmaker. He can just W, Q, E into W back. And that's it, you know. And I thought that it's incredible that June even found this engage angle because they don't want to give this up. And then he finds a little snap. This is fucking gorgeous. And then the humanoid ult follow up. Like this is off of the soul, of course. Showmaker marinated 3 people well. And the fact that they find this fight is fucking very nice. Very nice. Here I don't understand why they are in this position in the first place. I really don't understand. Here Razork lost all of its HP, and this is when they feel like what is this Nash start? What is this? I feel like this Nash start is coming from trauma. This Nash start is coming from trauma. I think I don't understand this Nash start. What's the point of this? Razork lost half his HP. Let's start Nash. I don't get it. I can't comprehend it here. I don't understand. Look what Shomak is doing to them, bro. He's fucking dabbing on their forehead. And then here, they try to find the snap right with June, but he has no flash, so it's a lot harder to do. He X flashes out, and then there's no pressure on Showmaker. I don't know what this Zyra ult is. What is this? He's like, my plants need water. Let me put it in the river. It's rough. It's rough, man. And then here, like people complained about Noah doing this shit. And if Braum is awake, there's nothing to be done here because Braum just WEs right, and it's no problem. But this is already like I don't know. This proposition here is like you need to just fucking run. You just need to fucking run. But I just think that Damwon killed them all here. Like they're gonna chase them, usher them into here, and you hope that you scatter like rats and you like eat some cheese in the bush and like disappear. So that shit is, it's rough. Like Noah just went for something, and the play from Noah is not the greatest, right? He's just trying to one-shot aiming, but Braum is awake and he doesn't, like he just gets Bobby murdered here. Anyhow. Alright, it seems like the Champions League game are very quiet. I feel like people are doing prep work and maybe doing a block. Maybe we're going to have late night games, maybe. But let's just continue with the rundown. The last portion here is going to be just matchup breakdowns, some initial thoughts about the matchups that are coming up. Let's see if it's updated here. Group stage. All right, it's updated here. Bilibili versus LNG. And there was one best of 3 that was played between them, and LNG won that. But I think it was just because Bilibili wasn't in tune with draft at the time. I think LNG as a team showed today that they are macro-wise very boring. I think that Hang and Weiwei are just not they don't deserve the passport in League of Legends. You know, like I think in terms of how they play the map, it's very, very poor. They're not on the same level as Wei and On. The best players on this team, LNG, is Scout, Gala, and Zika. You put them in the fights and they are insanely fucking good, but they don't have the agency to move the map. LNG is an extremely uninteresting team to watch because the people with the agency don't contribute anything. They walk around like headless chickens most of the time. They get spotted on vision. They fucking punch minions for no reason. They are headless, completely headless. And that is very bad. Like very, very bad. Like LNG is just, they don't progress the game at all. They don't. They simply don't. It's like LNG is a way worse version of Gen G. Because Gen G, their solo lanes are very clever in terms of how they progress. And it's just, at least Lehens and Canyon are active, you know, they do something in the game. Bilibili, I think that they are one of the favorites to win, so like I think they're gonna smoke LNG here. They're gonna roll them up in the blunt. Like it's completely in their hands. Like LNG needs to beat Bilibili 5 times in the same game, and I don't think it's gonna happen. But if LNG is put in fights for some reason, they're just in fights, I think that they can execute super well. But it's just often when people tell me it's like, wow, the support is so good, they judge it based on the fact that it's like, wow, hit 3 people with a Q flash rel combo, right? That's how people measure supports. But I measure supports by how they are moving, how they are basing, how they are placing vision, you know? That shit is very important, most important thing. All right, Gen G versus Top Esports. I think this is the bangers of bangers tomorrow. Bangers of bangers. I think this is a matchup that can really, really, you know, be fucking fantastic. I think that the main concern for Gen G is that I think that their early game is actually not good. I don't think their early game is good. And I think it's been true for quite some time. I think their early game strength comes from them being strong laners, but I think that they tend to pick scaling choices, and they need to wait for certain portions in the game to really strike. I think that when it comes to Genji, there was a statistic that was incredible where there was 12 straight Genji games where they didn't get first blood, which is crazy to consider because they're winning every game. I think that in terms of set play that they set up, set invades that they set up, I think that they are very, like, they are players and laners that are so fucking good to play in isolation. They are really good at it, probably the best in the world. But in terms of incorporating jungle and support to create significant leads with ganks and pressure and invades, this is not Genji's strength. And I think that's where most early game leads come from. I think that Genji is very good at doing the swap momentum for the objectives, which is super good. But I think that if there's an opportunity for top esports, is in that. I think the main thing that you need to pay attention to for top esports is they are going to most likely be on red, because I believe Genji was drawn first, so it means that they have side selection. I believe that's how it works. And Genji have a lot of tools in the repertoire, like having to ban Yone, Ziggs, and then additionally, of course, like Rumble. I think this is going to be important. I think Rumble is something that they might need to target, because I think that removing Yone and maybe Smolder, maybe that removes enough of the combos. But then maybe Chovy just wants to play Tristana. Maybe he just picked Corki. Maybe he's committed to playing 80 champs at this tournament. That could happen, right? I think that Top Esports had a very good read on draft, but I think that on red side, it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder. So we'll have to see. I think that Top Esports as a team, I don't think that they gain a lot of value. I don't think that they gain a lot of value from 369 counterpicking. I think that Keen is the ultimate blind picker, and 369 is the same type of player. Like, he might pick a Renekton angle. Maybe he's going to have a situation where you just pick top lane 1-2. Maybe they just pick Gnar for Top Esports, right? Here, Top Esports did the preparation where they banned Gnar and then pick Renekton, which was super cool. I liked it a lot, man. I think that that portion was really good, you know. So I think Genji is favored. I think it's fair to say Genji is favored, but I think Top Esports is not a team that you can underestimate. Like, Top Esports with the right draft, maybe there's an upset angle. Like, if you pull up the odds and you like, I will always call it on the Discord exclamation mark. If I like the draft, maybe there's a value angle for you gambling degens, you know. This is not something, this type of matchup I wouldn't pre-bet, all right? Billy win is pretty solid. I think How Alive against G2, I think How Alive is going to kick G2's ass. I think Weibo is going to kick Team Liquid's ass, and then T1's gonna cook PNG, most likely. I think it's just a question if PNG can find like Yone angles for Dinkedo, Sejuani, and then build a draft like that, like Rumble, Sejuani, Yasuo, and a good counter pick 4-5. But I think that T1 is a bot lane that can just go so deep, and I think that they are going to have, you know, a good time in that matchup. DK versus Fly, honestly, I think Fly has some chances here. I think definitely they have some chances here. I think that it can definitely happen that they beat Damwon. Damwon today showed that they are not that good macro-wise as we all knew and expected, but an additional detail is that aiming really played bad today. And I think that's a big part of DK's strength. I think that FlyQuest need to isolate the champions as Showmakers plays, and they need to start target banning him and closing down the pool. I think that Quad is a good Akali. I think that macro-wise, I think FlyQuest looked crispy today, but they had rather little resistance here because I think the draft was way better. But I think this is definitely a moment for FlyQuest to beat Damwon. It's funny because both of these teams are extremely happy with their draw. Extremely happy with their draw. All right. Fnatic versus Gum. I think Fnatic has it. I think that the bans you need to do against Gigabyte Marines is very clear. Remove Aurora, remove Shyvana. I think that's very cool and important. And then PSG versus Mad Lions. I think PSG is going to win. I think that Mad Lions, I I think the main issue I have with Mad Lions right now is that I think that their solo lanes they just aren't good enough. I think that Mad Lions, the way they won was off of clutch plays in very, very bad circumstances in the game. But I think that Maple is beginning to find form again in terms of what he should play. And I think the PSG have good understanding of what they need to draft now. I think if you take a look at PSG's match history, if you look at play-ins, right, keep in mind, remind yourself of what they were drafting, okay, when they were dropping games. So PSG here, this was the Rumble Tristana Skarner. I think that's something that can be played, but I think Maple and Tristana is complete garbage. Here in this game, they went the Yon Rumble Vi with the SGU Brom. I think, the Akali Nar was, Skarner was the blue side, and I think this was perfectly fine and solid. I think Azion Nar is super fucking good. This is his favorite champion. And then the continuation was later down the line, PNG, they just found their strength in a beautiful Orianna. As you can see here in these type of games, I think that as PSG progressed, they figured out the recipe to draft, you know. Yon, Sejuani, Rumble. I think this is a very strong 1-2-3. You drop bot. And then they had the Orianna, Skarner, Nar. They just slammed their top side 1-2-3. And I think they figured out the recipe in Orianna, Yon, and Akali. So, to be honest, I believe the game was unplayable for Frescawi against Bilibili. Yeah, why was it unplayable? Because he ran it down. Let's be honest. He lost his flash, lost his TP, died on side, got dove. Like we need to, there has to be some responsibility here, right? But losing against Bilibili has nothing to do with it. I think that Frescawi has been not good the entire tournament. Like, I just don't think he is up to par. He's not up to par. So those are my predictions. I think that if I would have to do a fucking, if someone asks me for a sicko mode parlay, it's just the favorites. It's very easy, right? It's like a sicko mode parlay would be Genji, Billy, How Alive, Weibo, T1, a DK, Fnatic, PSG. But I think this is an opportunity for a game that can go either way, and this is also an opportunity for a game that can go either way. These two here, I think there is opportunity. And then this one as well. This one as well. This is draft reliant, but I trust PSG a little bit more right now. All right, viewer questions. Viewer questions. Real question: what do you do when a teammate or someone is underperforming? The thing is, it's a question of what have you done up until that point? What have you done up until that point? It's just a question. There's no action. There's no secret sauce. In your challenges deep into the season, the foundation of everything you've done the entire year is being tested. You can't make turns and make changes, whatever. Everything you've done leading up to that point gets tested. And then at that moment, if you've done the right things, if you have built the right trust, if you've built the right foundation, you activate that, right? You activate that. There's no specific action, right? Yeah, just ask Void Hidden. You're making it so more complicated. You may write a whole paragraph about how you want to ask a question, where you could just ask the question. You think Genji's drafting is outdated? Well, I don't know. I think the Kalista Renata is solid because you have Smolder Maokai, right? You just you want to have strength. And then Rumble, I think, is strong. I think Rumble is still a good champ. I think that How Alive is extremely good, so I think that Delight and Peanut is the strongest jungle support pairing. They are the strongest jungle support pairing. I think that their solo lane is extremely strong, and Viper is Viper. I just, looking at nameplates of How Alive, and after how they drafted today, I feel like they are in tune and in sync with what needs to be picked and played. I think How Alive is extremely dangerous, and there's no shame in G2 losing against them. I just think that when it comes to players like Doran might look bad against the best of the best, but he doesn't look bad against Broken Blade in my mind. Thank you very much, Voided, and I appreciate that. You explained about your approach to play as people, but in terms of in-game coaching, what do you focus on? Team fights, macro laning, a mix of everything. It depends what's necessary, right? In terms of, like, let's say, like, in terms of how a game plays out, first you start with early game and lane phase. Because the positions that you are in game are not going to be honest if you don't play lane phase well, or if you don't play don't pick the right champions, or don't play early game well, right? That's a very easy thing to practice. And then as an opening segment, the main thing that you need to understand as a player is you have to learn how to judge information real time. This is the most important skill, because the enemy team, League of Legends is a dance. If the enemy missteps, you need to be able to stomp on their toe. So it's about judging information real time. Look at how G2 plays as an example. It's like they are pushing side all the time. It's because Mickey is pursuing information. Mickey and Yike are pursuing information, they're pushing forward, and they are tethering to the enemy. Sometimes you're like, what the fuck is Mickey doing? He's just inting. The thing is, he is pushing the limit of how much information he can gain and how much wards he can put to create momentum where the enemy is spotted, jungle support is spotted because they know the next play, so the solo laners can push. Everything goes in unison. But if you don't judge that information real time, it's completely meaningless, right? There's definitely like a decision kind of tree that you can follow, but there's definitely circumstances where people look like complete dumbass inters, but in reality, they're just trying to tether to the enemy, right? Sometimes people like cancel bases, they like walk into the turret, they're trying to spot people, or like a good example today, right? We had T1 versus Top Esports. Like Rakan is so damn broken because he can do shit like this, right? He can do shit like this. Look at this fight. Tell me what other support in the game can swing his testicles in the forehead of everybody. Look at how Korea is spot. Look how much info he's dropping. This is the OP part about Rakan. And that's why people like to play Viego jungle, Lee Sin jungle, because they can push forward and get this information, right? But you see the greatest Rakan players they are like in your face like this. Of all the losers today, who do you think has the best chance to turn around and make it? Weibo Gaming in T1. This is the obvious answer, but there is nothing fun to it, you know? Okay. Do you think G2 will pull ridiculous draft as How Alive? The thing is, of course, it's best of one. I am aware of that. But How Alive is giga favorite here, I think. I think How Alive is... Like, How Alive... I can't imagine a world where G2 beat How Alive, Genji or Bilibili. I just can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. How Alive played sloppy early versus PSG? Yes, but so did G2. G2's played sloppy early against PNG, right? They gave up some kills here and there, but I think people are just getting used to playing on stage again, and I don't worry about that too much. Best of one, of course, anything is possible, yeah. I'm not shaving my hair is too damn beautiful.